Imagine descending slowly into the deep ocean. At 500 feet, light starts fading. At 1,000 feet, everything turns blue. At 2,000 feet, darkness completely takes over. And at 3,000 feet, you realize you're no longer in a place meant for
bring it up
humans.
5 meters.
No
Steady the
sunlight,
taglines, gentlemen.
no sound, just endless black water and crushing pressure from all sides. This is the deep sea, one of the most extreme and unexplored environments on Earth. More than 95% of the ocean remains unexplored, and what lies beneath is something we are only beginning to understand. But here's the disturbing truth. Even in this remote, untouched world, human impact has already reached. Plastic pollution, ghost fishing nets, toxic waste. They don't just stay near the surface anymore. They sink, slowly, silently, until they reach places like this, and this is where our story begins. It was supposed to be a routine deep ocean exploration mission. A research vessel floating miles above the seabed, equipped with advanced sonar systems, and a powerful ROV remotely operated vehicle. A robotic explorer designed to survive extreme pressure and total darkness.
Watch the cable
Inside the
tension.
control room, scientists monitored
have wet
screens
connection,
showing live footage from
descending.
the ocean floor. Teeny particles drifted through the water, like underwater snow. Bioluminescent creatures flickered in the distance. Brief flashes of light in an otherwise lifeless void. Everything was normal, until suddenly, one of the monitors picked up something unusual. "Wait, hold on," one of the operators said. "Zoom in on that." At first, it looked like a shadow. A dark, massive shape, barely visible against the seabed. It wasn't moving. Is that a rock formation? Or maybe debris from a shipwreck? The ROV slowly adjusted its direction, thrusters humming quietly as it approached the object. The closer it got, the more unsettling it felt. Because this wasn't just any object, it was too organic, too irregular, too alive. "Increase the light," the lead scientist ordered. As the ROV's powerful beams cut through the darkness, the truth revealed itself. It wasn't a rock, it wasn't debris. It was a giant deep-sea creature, massive, motionless, resting on the ocean floor like something out of a nightmare. Its body stretched far beyond the camera frame. Its skin looked rough, scarred, almost damaged, and most disturbingly, it wasn't reacting. Normally, deep-sea creatures, even the largest ones, show some form of movement when approached. They flee, they react, they defend themselves. But this one did nothing. "Is it dead?" someone whispered. The room fell silent. The room fell silent. The ROV moved closer, carefully, cautiously, and that's when they saw it. Its body was entangled. Wrapped tightly around parts of the creature were strands of ghost fishing nets, plastic ropes, and fragments of synthetic waste, human trash. At a depth where sunlight has never reached. This wasn't just a natural situation. This was deep-sea pollution at its worst. Unbelievable. How did this even get down here? But the ocean has a way of carrying everything downward currents, gravity time. Eventually, everything sinks, even our mistakes. The team quickly realized this creature wasn't just resting, it was trapped, and possibly dying. "Check for movement," the lead scientist said. The camera focused on the creature's head, zooming in slowly closer. Closer, and then a slight twitch. "Wait, did you see that?" The creature's eye slowly, painfully opened. It was alive, but barely holding on. Its movements were weak. Its breathing, if it could even be called that, was slow and uneven. Every second, it looked like it was losing strength. And the plastic wrapped around its body tightened with every small movement. Like a trap it couldn't escape from. This wasn't just a discovery anymore. This was an emergency. A deep-sea rescue mission, something rarely attempted, and almost never successful at this depth. Because here's the reality. At over 3,000 feet below sea level, pressure is extreme, visibility is limited, and human intervention is incredibly risky. One wrong move, and the ROV could fail. The equipment could collapse. Or worse, the creature could die instantly. But leaving it there was not an option. Because in the deep ocean ecosystem, every large organism plays a critical role, Lowe's one, and it can affect an entire chain of life. And if human pollution is already killing creatures this deep, then the problem is far bigger than anyone imagined. The room filled with tension. No one spoke for a moment. Then finally, the lead scientist made a decision. "We're not leaving it." Silence. Then nods. This was no longer just research. This was a mission, a race against time. in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth, but before they could act, they needed to understand one thing. What exactly were they trying to save? Because as the camera zoomed in further, revealing more details of the creature's body, the team realized something shocking. This wasn't just rare, it was something they had never seen before. Cliffhanger 7 high retention ending, and what they discovered next changed everything about this mission. The control room was completely silent. Every eye fixed on the screen, every breath held because what they were looking at wasn't just rare, it was something that didn't match any known deep-sea species in their database. Run identification, the lead scientist said quickly. The system scanned the creature's shape, its skin texture, its movement patterns. But the result came back almost instantly. No match found. A chill ran through the room. This wasn't just a rescue mission anymore. This was potentially a new deep-sea species, something never documented before. And now, it was dying. All right, listen carefully, the mission coordinator said, stepping forward. We don't have much time. The team had to act fast, but rescuing a giant creature trapped in deep ocean debris at this depth was something no one had ever truly prepared for. They had one tool, the Rovov, a machine built for observation, not rescue still. It was their only chance. Activate the manipulator arms, an engineer said. 2 robotic arms slowly extended from the ROV, delicate, precise, but limited in strength. Be careful, the marine biologist warned. If you apply too much pressure, you could injure it. The camera moved closer, revealing more detail of the entanglement. The plastic wasn't just wrapped around the creature, it had cut into its skin, deep. The ropes had tightened over time, digging deeper with every movement the creature made. This wasn't a simple case of removing debris. This was a slow, painful trap that had been killing it for days, maybe even weeks. Start with the outer layer, the operator said. The robotic arm moved forward, carefully gripping a loose strand of plastic. For a moment, everything felt still. Then the creature reacted. A sudden twitch, a slight movement of its body. Stop, stop, someone shouted. The arm froze instantly. Too sensitive, we need to go slower. This was the problem. The creature was weak, but still alive, and every movement, every touch was a risk. Reduce movement speed by 40%, the engineer instructed. The ROV adjusted. This time, even slower, the arm reached again, grabbing the edge of a tangled fishing line. And gently, very gently, it began to pull. The plastic stretched, tightened, and then, snap, a small section broke free. Yes, that's one piece, someone said, but there was no time to celebrate, because as one piece came off, they saw something worse. Underneath, the damage was severe. The creature's skin was torn, infected, deep wounds where the plastic had cut through. This is bad, the biologist whispered. Even if they removed all the debris, there was no guarantee it would survive. But stopping now, meeting certain death. Keep going, the leader said firmly. The mission continued. Piece by piece, slowly, carefully, they began removing layers of plastic pollution, fishing nets, synthetic ropes, fragments of plastic waste, each one a reminder of how deep human impact had reached. Minutes turned into hours. The pressure outside remained crushing, the darkness, endless, and inside the control room, the tension kept building. Then suddenly, warning, ROV battery at 30%. Everyone froze. That's too fast, the engineer said. The deeper the mission, the more power the ROV consumed. And now, they were running out of time. How long do we have? Maybe 40 minutes, maximum. The room went quiet again. They had barely removed half the debris. If the ROV lost power, it would shut down, and the creature would be left there, to die. We can't stop now, the leader said. Then we don't stop, the operator replied. The pace increased, just slightly, still careful, but more urgent. The robotic arms moved faster now, cutting, pulling, releasing. Another piece came off, then another. The creature moved again, this time, a little stronger. Did you see that? It's responding, hope for the first time. There was hope. Maybe, just maybe, it could survive. But then, everything changed. The RV lights flickered. Wait, what just happened? A warning signal appeared on the screen, system instability detected. No, not now, the engineer muttered. At this depth, even a small system failure could mean total loss. Stabilize the system. I'm trying. The screen glitched for a moment, then came back. But something was wrong. One of the robotic arms was no longer responding. We lost control of Arm 2. Silence. They had just lost half their ability to rescue the creature, and time was running out. Cliffhanger's strong retention, now with only one working arm, and less than 30 minutes of power left. They had to make an impossible decision. The control room felt heavier than ever. No one spoke. No one moved. They had lost one robotic arm, battery was dropping fast, and the creature was still trapped. Status? The leader asked quietly. Battery at 22%, the engineer replied. One arm functional system, unstable. Time was no longer just limited, it was disappearing. The team had two choices. Option 1, abort the mission, save the ROV, return to the surface, and leave the creature behind. Option 2, stay, take the risk, and try to save something that might not survive anyway. The room was silent. Then the marine biologist spoke. If we leave, it dies. No argument, no debate. The leader nodded slowly. Then we finish this. The mission continued. Now, with only one robotic arm, every movement had to be perfect. No mistakes, no wasted motion. The camera zoomed in again, showing what remained of the entanglement. The worst part was still there. A thick section of deep-sea fishing net wrapped tightly around the creature's midsection, pulling deeper into its injured skin. That's the main pressure point, the operator said. If we can remove that, it might be able to move. Or it could bleed out, someone added quietly. There were no guarantees anymore. Only a chance. Proceed, the leader said. The single robotic arm moved forward. Slow, steady, precise. The deep ocean around them remained completely silent. Dark, endless. Only the ROV lights and the fragile life in front of them existed in that moment. The arm reached the thick net, carefully gripping it. Easy, the engineer whispered. The material was tight, embedded, pulling too hard, could tear the creature's flesh, but leaving it would kill it slowly. Apply minimal force, the operator said. The arm began to pull. The net stretched, tightened. The creature reacted. A sudden movement. Its body shifted, weak but noticeable. Hold. The arm froze for a moment. Everything stopped again. Then slowly, very slowly, the creature settled. Continue, the leader said. This time, even more carefully. The arm adjusted its angle, changing direction, trying to loosen the tension first. A small section gave way. Good, keep going. Another pull, another shift, and then crack. Part of the net broke loose. Yes, that's it. Energy filled the room again. Hope, stronger than before. But the hardest part wasn't over yet. There was still one final loop, wrapped tightly near the creature's lower body. And the battery was now at 12%. 10 minutes, the engineer said. That was it. 10 minutes to decide life or death. The arm moved again. Faster now, but still controlled. It grabbed the final loop. Pulled. Nothing.
It's away.
Pulled
Great
again.
work, team.
Still stuck.
Confirming ROV
Come on.
ascent. Stand by for
Someone
retrieval.
whispered. The tension in the room was unbearable. Try a different angle, the operator said. The arm repositioned, twisting slightly, pulling sideways instead of upward. The net shifted, just a little. That's it. That's it.
Right there, the
One more
manipulator
pull,
arm released
and
the
then
netting
snap.
just as planned.
The final piece broke
Incredible
free.
control at
For a
that
moment, nothing happened. The creature remained still. No movement. No reaction. Did we lose it? Someone asked quietly. The screen showed only silence. Then suddenly a movement, slow at first, almost invisible, then stronger. The creature's body began to rise. It wasn't trapped anymore. It moved gently, carefully, as if testing its own strength, and then it swam. Not fast, not powerful, but
Look
alive.
at this.
The entire
amount of
control
plastic
room
we pulled
erupted.
from its digestive
We
tract
did it.
was
It's
staggering.
moving. Relief.
And
Pure
here
relief.
you can see the lesions.
The creature slowly disappeared into the darkness, back into the deep ocean, where it belonged. And just seconds later, the screen flickered. ROV battery critical. Then blackout, silence. The mission was over. They had done it, just in time. But what stayed with them wasn't just the success. It was the realization that even in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, human impact is already there. Plastic pollution doesn't stop at the surface. It sinks, it spreads, it destroys silently, and not every creature gets a second chance like this one. Emotional closing, sturdy, strong retention, plus shareability somewhere. Deep below, a giant creature is alive today. Because someone chose not to give up. But the real question is, next time, will we be there to save it? Or will it be too late?